Students who are in high school have their accommodations provided under IDEA. They also have them sometimes under 504, but it's subsection D. So when they move to college, they are no longer under the protections of IDEA or subsection D. They move to Section 504 of the Rehab Act of 1973 and the ADA, the Americans with Disabilities Act. So for a lot of students, that's really not going to mean a major change. There are a couple of categories of accommodations, however, which may not be available to them. And that's probably the major change as far as what kinds of adjustments they can expect. The law tells colleges that they don't have to make adjustments to a student's program if it means endangering the safety of somebody else, would cause a big financial or administrative burden to a college. And those are two that really don't come up very frequently. But the ones that do have to do with making fundamental alterations to the college's program. Students with disabilities should expect to complete the same graduation requirements as students without disabilities. Now, colleges do provide substitutions of courses in some case, but what's important for people to know is that they are not required to do so. And some colleges will not make that change. Boston University in 1995 or so, in a court case, prevailed on the issue of foreign language substitutions. So I always recommend that students try to choose a college whose graduation requirements they think they can complete. The same is true for the choice of major. They should expect to complete whatever courses are required for their major. So the last piece of the law that concerns accommodations has to do with providing personal services. And for the most part, that means tutoring. Students with disabilities are not entitled to specialized tutoring by somebody with a special degree. They're not entitled to more tutoring than their other typical classmates receive. So this is something that they can think about as they're looking at colleges. Some colleges provide these fee-for-service programs where they can meet with somebody who's a learning specialist or academic coach 2 to 3 times a week. And if it's important to students that they have that kind of support, then they can look for that. But otherwise, they should expect to either utilize the same tutoring services as everybody else or to pay for private tutoring if that's what they want. So the other thing is they don't have to provide devices. So if colleges have special software that they provide in the Disability Services Office that students enjoy using, they don't have to provide a copy for students to use on their personal computers or in their personal study time. And they don't have to keep the offices open as late as students might want them to give them access to that. Having said that, however, a lot of colleges do get site licenses where if they have, for instance, text-to-speech software that they give out to students, they can give it to them to use for their own personal computer.